Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave emote there in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the emote in there. Let me know you're around. We'll see if anybody else shows up tonight. I have no idea. This is the first stream I've done this late. In the past, we've done a couple times. We've done a stream that's gone to midnight. But it is 1 a.m. Eastern time here. This is a late night stream. And yeah, I don't know if we'll have viewers or folks that want to chat or can. Ultron's here. Hello, Ultron. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining me. But yeah, I'm dedicated to do 3 streams a week. I ran a poll on my Twitter, and I'm going to go see the results for that were 56% to 44%, 75 votes total, saying do late night over random afternoon remotes, because that's the other option I have. Either I stream late in the evening once a week, or I stream when I can at a remote location and I have to take my gear and I can't use my green screen and I'm not sure exactly when I'll be able to do it. It'll be Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday at a kind of a random time. I don't want to stream Tuesday afternoons. And I don't really want to stream outside my apartment. We did drop a couple frames. Hopefully that won't continue or be an issue. Uh, I haven't streamed this late, but I'm assuming it will be all right. Really, the issue seems to be in the afternoon. I have trouble streaming from this place, and so long term, I gotta figure out a way to make it so that I can stream whenever I want from my apartment. Um, and I don't know exactly how to do that. That's probably a long-term solution of eventually switching to Verizon Fios instead of using cable internet, which I'm using right now. I'm hoping that switching my modem will actually help things because I have a new modem coming. So I'm hoping that'll help, but I don't know. Um, but yeah, I figured I'd give a late night a chance because it's a little easier than doing a road stream. Although, you know, nothing wrong with doing the road stream. Hello, Asmo. Welcome to the chat. But yeah, I figured, my hope was that we'd have a few more folks than we have right now, because we certainly have more um, in the afternoon than this. But who knows? Also, I'm worked. I worked and I'm a little tired, but I think it'll be fine because we're working on Lego, which in my opinion is an easier thing to work on when you're tired than a model kit. That's my opinion. Um, it's just simply an easier thing to do. The space shuttle. We've been working on the Lego Creator. It was a 3-in-1 kit. Um, we'll go to the overhead so you can see. Um, we previously built the on Saturday. Hello, Johnny. Welcome. Happy to have you here. We built the moon base and we built the rover, and now we're building the space shuttle. The thing that's in the photo you can see on over here, that's in this box. You can see the 3 things we built, and now we're going to do the real one. One thing I'll say: this is the first time I've ever done the 3-in-1 because it's the first time we've done a creator. If you're doing a 3-in-1, you should include the brick separator. I think it's nonsense that they don't include the brick separator by default because you had to separate bricks. They include the brick separator on kits that you just build once. So I think that was a mistake on their part. But I have a bunch of them, so I'm not actually too worried about that. Hello, the Hollow. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Welcome to the old Build with Bear workshop. All right, we got some viewers here tonight. That's good. Took a moment for you to find your way here. Happy to have you here. We'll talk about some anime later because I got some anime to chat about with y'all. We'll talk about, I don't know, what y'all want to talk about. If there's anything in the chat. If you're not currently a subscriber, consider becoming one, either using your Twitch Prime token, because you have Amazon Prime, you link your Twitch account, or Cash Money. That's very helpful for me to continue to do this, to buy kits. I got 2 new kits that came in the mail recently. One kit, hello Epic, happy to have you here. Welcome. One kit that I have that came in the mail. I'm saving for travel because it's a good size kit for doing a travel stream. It's like 200 and something pieces. It's about the same as this. So that's good to have on the road. Uh, um, and one of the other things I got is it's a model kit, but it's a Transformers model kit, an Optimus Prime. And here's the thing I should have thought of but didn't. It doesn't transform. It's just the robot mode. It's just Optimus Prime robot mode. It doesn't transform. And that makes sense, but it still was disappointing to realize that it doesn't transform. Uh, Epic says, nice to see people here for the late night stream. Yes, happy to have you. I had no idea this is the first time doing this, so I had no idea if anyone would show up, but I'm happy because like I said, I'd rather do a late night Monday stream than do my random whenever I can stream because I like to be consistent with folks. I want to say, hey, Thursday and Saturday 9 to 11, and obviously in this case Monday 1 a.m. You can come. Asmo says, I think if you're gonna segment a build into numbered bags, it should be only one bag of each number and not like half a dozen bag ones. But that's just me being grouchy. Asmo, I agree with you. It's almost like they're doing book one for that kit. Now in my case here, this kit did not have numbered bags. It just had several bags. And then when we built the rover, there were a lot of pieces we didn't use in the rover. We used most pieces in the moon base, and I think we're going to use almost every piece in this kit. But in this particular part of the build, I should say. But yeah, it's been fun to work on this set, and it's been weird to do the 3 parts. Um, I I don't generally like to talk like this, but it was nice to have a whole 2-hour block on Saturday dedicated to this kit. We built, we unbuilt, we rebuilt. Um, that's good penny for a pound. We were getting a lot of build out of one model kit, which is not always the case with ever the case, really. Usually I buy it and build it. Or I get sent off my Amazon wish list, which is very nice. But yeah, that Optimus Prime will go into the next poll. We are working on a model kit after this that was purchased by Rich Gallop. Sent me this Sengoku Astray, the Sengoku Astray Gundam, which is a Gundam build fighters kit. So it's the Astray Gundam, the red Astray, but it's different because it's a different series. I'm excited to build that next. There's a lot of cool parts in that kit. Also, a lot of weird things about that kit. The tree number, the lettering is like it goes A B C D E F G H J O P S U V W X. It's very strange. They just skip a bunch of letters. So let's see. Johnny says, I think it will be more into the 3-in-1 sets if you be more to have 2 smaller ones can be built at the same time. I don't disagree with you. I think it's like build this one kit or build 2 smaller ones. That's pretty cool. Sounds like Political Sogan. We build, we unbuild, and we rebuild. I like that. I tend to just build the largest version and keep that assembled. Yeah, Johnny, I mean, like, this is the space shuttle, so we were obviously going to keep this space shuttle. Not obviously, but I decided we should keep the space shuttle more than build the other sets. Although the rover, the moon rover, looked cool. Okay, so I gotta. This is actually a little annoying. Let's see, so is it 4 in? 2. It's not very easy because the photo here does not have the little dots that you would see under there, which you can't really see in any of these, but you can see that there. You can see it in my shot. Makes it kind of hard to find exactly where these need to be. So if these are off, I'll find out later. And it shouldn't be too hard to fix it, but this could be handled better. Um, yeah, this like I said, this is my first 3-in-1, so I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Um, I also forgot. Now my roommate is there's the living room and the kitchen, and my roommate is off the kitchen. I forgot to tell him I'm doing a late night stream, and I'm not like playing music. It's not like I'm doing Twitch Sings this late, which I would not do. I certainly wouldn't do Twitch Sings on a weekday this late at night. Um, but I forgot to mention to him that I was doing a late night stream, which is a not a cool thing to do. I should have remembered to tell him. Um, but hopefully I won't disturb him too much. He's asleep. Uh, but I also don't want to disturb any of y'all, so I'll try to keep it smooth and cool. Also, I've got a little winter whatever. So I've been trying to keep my water intake good, uh, keep the phlegm out. So if I have to cough, I apologize. Humbao says hi, Pat's roommate. Yeah, hopefully my roommate does not hear this. I do my best. Like I try to tell him, like, hey, I'm gonna do that singing thing. I try to give him the heads up. Pat wakes up the neighborhood doing Twitch sings. We see the cops knock on his door live on Twitch. Like and subscribe. Ooh. Uh, the Hollow says the base of the Lego brick snapping is too much. Yeah, I mean, that's the hope, anyways, that I'm not disturbing people. You know, we're not making a lot. Hopefully, not making too much noise. Well, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta keep the music playing, keep the things going. Um, all right, more white pieces. That's good. Yeah, this space shuttle has been a fun build. It's been cool, like I said, to do the 3-in-1. I've never done that before, so it's been fun to do that. But I am getting ready to want to move on to our next kit, which is a very cool looking kit. Obviously, it's a. I'm missing pieces here, so I have to find it. Obviously, it is doing a build fighters. Kind of reminds me of G Gundam because it is a close combat fighting uh, Gundam, and that's kind of fun to build. Because I haven't done one of those in a while. All right, so got to find here they are. Found them. My Noling here is a little scattershot. Uh, just saw a trailer for the new SD Gundam G Generations game. It's going to have Wing, Double O, Seed, and IBO. Ooh. Com Lego builds are good learning you to sleep. Yes, Chihuahua, I hope that this is a cool, chill late night stream. I have heard, a lot of people that don't necessarily pop into the chat. And let me say, more than any other stream, thank you for being in the chat right now because it is late and it is really nice to have folks chatting. But yeah, I know some people like to just turn the stream on and kind of chill out after their day. Like 9 o'clock for me is not 9 o'clock for all of y'all, and for some of you um, it is just like a good time for you to like relax after work or at work. Take your break, have a little bit of a relaxing time. That's fun. We need two of these. Uh, and for Johnny, it's 7 a.m. Well, Johnny, Humbao gives you the heart. I appreciate that. Johnny, that one you are legitimately, and I think you know this. One of the reasons why I wanted to do an afternoon stream as my third stream was for folks that are, uh, oops, okay, so I messed that up, so I gotta fix that. I wanted to have a stream for folks that, my time is not great for them. My hope was that I would be able to do an afternoon stream that, 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. for me, my time would have been a reasonable time for you. And I do obviously apologize that that is not, unfortunately, uh, possible right now. Um, but if I tried to stream this afternoon, we wouldn't have the 14 drop frames that we had so far tonight. We would have had 90% drop frames. It was, and like I said, I'm hoping I'm going to do some test streaming with this new modem, which should be here any day. I'm hoping that will change. Uh, Asmo says this is later, but not super late for the West Coast. But happy to support whatever works for you when I can. Asmo, of course, as always. That's so lovely, and thank you so much for your continued support. It does mean a lot to me. Johnny says no worries all, which I appreciate. And Epic says I can do late night streams because I don't go to work till 1:30. Hell yeah, I don't work till nighttime. I wake up at 11 a.m., which to some people is very late in the day. But it is nice when I have to send emails out to people on the West Coast because I just send the email right when I wake up and they're getting it at a reasonable time for them. It is annoying for I had a friend who would start texting me when she was getting ready for work at 6 in the morning and was asleep. And then so there I would get a bunch of texts of things like, "Hey, we're doing this thing. Hey, I want to confirm this." And I'm like, "You have to remember, I am not on your schedule." Which is why I would not email her or message her after midnight because she was asleep and I understood that. But whatever. Can only ask so much of folks. Just try to accommodate best you can. 11 a.m. is a good time to wake up. I mean, for me, it's great. But like I said, that's because that's my current lifestyle. My lifestyle will probably change. One would assume that I will probably end up working somewhere where I'll have a different work schedule, and perhaps my 9 p.m. will be make me tired. Um, Johnny says I tend to either wake up at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. My sleep is a nightmare. I know that from knowing you on the internet and what I do know that you've had some issues with sleep or you have them and that you have my condolences. I am sorry about that, Johnny. Uh, I hope for quality sleep for you in the future. Um, my body prefers day sleeping, says the Hollow. Uh, and Epic says, if someone texts me at 6 a.m., unless they're dying, we will have words. Yeah, I mean, really, it is that thing of like, I don't wake up. So it's like, you can text me at that time. I will not respond to it. Uh, Asmo says, when I moved from coast to coast, it took my parents about 3 months to internalize the time difference. It took me about 2 days to learn how to set a do not disturb on my phone. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. I always try to be cognizant of that when I'm dealing with folks on the West Coast time. Like it is actually, like I said, very helpful for me in dealing with that stuff because when people want to talk, even if they want to talk at 9 a.m., that's noon. Ha ha ha. Unless they want to talk really early in the morning, not a problem. And if they want to talk in the evening, the only time that sucks is my general job stuff. I'm usually, the current job that I have, that I've had for a long time. Sometimes I had to be to work at 5:30, which is 2:30 for the West Coast. So they're sending me stuff, and I'm heading into work, and I'm like, nope, I cannot handle this. I can't help you right now. I got stuff to do. Um, Isk says hello, and I say hello back to you, Isk. Ultron says I get up at 10:30, so I'm good. Well, good. Uh, The only good thing about working 9 to 5 is the 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. nap. Totally understand that. Most of my friends are in very different time zones from me, so I have the phone set up so it won't wake you up. Yeah, I mean, Johnny, that's a good way to go. Um, I love that we're just talking about sleep, but it's a good conversation to have. You know, like I will stay up because I want to upload this and I want to send this video when it's done uploading to my my Patreon supporters, who I don't imagine like would mind if I sent it tomorrow, but they get it before everybody else, so I want to make sure they get it. Um, but I'll go to bed a little later than normal, but it won't be too bad. And I'm just gonna plan to sleep in a little on Tuesday, so I'm not worried about that. A little extra Tuesday time isn't gonna be a big deal for me. Um, One of these days, I'm gonna try to call in. Although now that I think about it, I wonder if I will be able to, if I would be able to. I'll probably have to be around somewhere with better internet in the afternoon. But I'd like to try to call in to the aftermath, the Giant Bomb After Show, at some point. Just usually I'm getting ready for work when they finally go up. Let's see two of these. Hey Pat, how's the first late stream? Hello, hi Garion, happy to have you here. Well, we've got more viewers than we did that random Thursday afternoon we had to do recently. So viewer numbers are good. People are chatting, which is always nice. Of course, that's helpful. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm trying to be conscious of being, a little more quiet than normal. Isk says I arrive at work to start my shift when the aftermath starts recording. Yeah, um, I'm used to commuting by the time. I also don't necessarily like hearing just parts of the bombcast when I'm doing stuff on Tuesday afternoons a lot, so I don't want to hear the whole thing there. Also, if I listen to the live recording of the bombcast, uh, yeah, the John Bombcast, then it means it's one less podcast for me to have. And, I like my podcasts. But who knows what's going to happen in the future? I am wondering. Epic says, Pat, people that like anime and video games are up late at night. I mean, I know. It's mostly just like, it was honestly just like me not necessarily wanting. What's up with this? This should be level, and it's not. Oh no. Why isn't this level? Hold on, folks. I missed something here. I'm going to go back and see what I missed. Oh, did I miss a white? I missed a... I did! Okay, see, I missed a step somewhere. That's the nice thing about Lego is I miss a step, but, like, I'm not stuck here in trying to get it fixed. And, 6 long? Got 6 long. Yeah, if I listen live and destroy my battery over it, I don't get the aftermath Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just like this late night thing to go with your question. So far, it's pretty good. It says I usually stay up a few hours after I get home. My shift ends at midnight, so it's not coming to up 3 a.m. Me as well. My shift ends for work tonight. My Monday night is my lighter night, so I'm usually home by midnight, which is why this 1 a.m. stream is good. My Wednesdays, I'm sometimes home at like 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. So obviously that's later than I would like. Um, but uh, but yeah, it still works out pretty good. And then usually I try to be asleep at 3 a.m. So I can get some actual rest. Um, Okay, watching this 10:30 at night is making me want to build a Lego. Build Lego? Yeah, it's a Space Cadet. Apparently, it should be all capital LEGO. Uh, so aside from Beastcast, what good podcasts do you listen to recently? So Hygarian, I listened to uh, Waypoint Radio, which I only listen to right now the Waypoints and the Friday show. Um, I listened to my brother and me. I listened to Sawbones. Wonderful is a good description. I think Wonderful is a fantastic podcast. The Max Fun podcast that you're not listening to, that I bet that you might like, is Jonah Radio. That's RAYDIO. Jonah Ray is probably most well known for two things. One, the Nerdist podcast, now I assume defunct because I don't give a shit about Chris Hardwick. podcast, and then also um, he is the newest human on Mystery Science 3000, the new seasons. Jonah rules and is a longtime friend of mine. Um, and his podcast is a music podcast. There's interviews with musicians and lots of cool music. I think it's real cool. Um, there was a period where he was on tour and his sidekicks um, were doing it, and it's not as fun without Jonah. Jonah is the driving force of it because he kind of runs the ship. But I do like that podcast, and I recommend giving it a shot. Actually, one thing that was kind of cool, not this week's, but last week's, um, they had on a musician whose band played like the closing theme in Red Dead Redemption, and they played the song that they wrote for Red Dead Redemption 2 that didn't make the soundtrack. And it was kind of cool. I don't have details on that, unfortunately. It's Chris something or other was the musician, and that was cool because that's like a really weird thing. Um, which is how I know that games journalists are not listening to Jonah Radio because no one reported on it. Did not make the blogs. So I was like, oh, shit. It's a small podcast, but I really do like that one. I listen to a bunch of stuff. Um, but, um, oh, yeah. Yes, hi, Aaron. It's a Jonah with an H, but that's fine. Jonah Jonah Radio. I like it. At the very least, you'll hear some music you've never heard of. Maybe it will appeal to you. Maybe it won't. But it's a fun podcast. Music and comedy. Um, uh, Hygarian. Um, Mystery Science 3000 meant a lot to some people. Um, it meant a whole lot. Sin, hello. Um, I will say that uh, comedy people that are like obsessed with comedy writing and television, um, it meant a lot to them. I don't think it's not a household name. It did very well when they did the which eventually ended up on Netflix, but it was a Kickstarter project. Like the riff tracks comes from that, and Cinema something or other is the other one because there was a split in the creative teams. Um, but yeah, riff tracks and all that like that resonated with people. Those things meant a lot to some people, but I wouldn't say that it was like huge. Cinema Titanic. Thank you very much, Sin. Appreciate that. Thank you for remembering that where I couldn't. Those things came out of that, trying to modernize it, and eventually they just did Mystery Science 3000, the new season or seasons, which has been incredible and really fun. And also, the thing I will say is that Jonah Ray loves Mystery Science Theater 3000. And the season one head writer Elliot Kalin of the Flophouse, which is another podcast I listen to, the Flophouse podcast. Elliot loves Mystery Science Theater, and so those two guys got to do a thing they love, and that makes me so happy, you know. Um, and then of course this new one also has like Felicia Day in it and Patton Oswalt, and it's got some pedigree to it in a way that's very fun. Um, I love that Patton Oswalt is the son of TV's Frank. It makes me so happy. That's such a great. That's such a great because that's a fan casting. When you think about if they made another one, yeah, you could jokingly think about. Oops, I put this on wrong. About having Patton Oswalt as Frank Conniff's like that's who you would do it. Uh, I don't know. The Hollow says Dylan Cow. Okay, sure. The Hollow says subscribe to Sawbones. I just got into Adventure Zone recently. I love Adventure Zone. I'm on a break because I like to let them pile up. Um, uh, I don't listen to Comedy Bang Bang every week, but I still support it. Um, and subscribe to Sawbones. I just got yeah. Sawbones is fun. I really like it. Um, I think the dynamic of yeah, and then I mentioned Elliot Kalin. He's on the Flophouse. The Flophouse is a hard thing to recommend because it is three straight white dudes, cis straight white dudes, and it's a bad movie podcast. Now they've been doing it for a very long time, but it is still all those things. And then also I get annoyed with Elliot Kalin a lot. He is sometimes a very annoying character, and him being now skyping in because he moved to LA and the other guys are in New York makes it so sometimes that's a hard show to listen to. But I still do enjoy it. Um, but it is hard to recommend a bad movie podcast because there are a lot of them. All right, so which color is this? Is this gold or is it this one? This one, okay. Um, I listen to Adventure Zone, the C Team, and Friends at the Table, and that is a range of actual play styles. Indeed, certainly. From very much all about it to forget every rule to somewhere kind of in between. Uh, and yeah, I think that's all the podcasts I listen to. I should listen to other ones. Um, Friends of mine have a Let's Play podcast which name unfortunately I cannot remember, but I am going to look it up. Allie Gordon, who is fantastic, has one that maybe you want to check out. I don't listen to it. I should. I owe it to her because I would be into it, and friends of hers do that as well. So let me look up the name of that podcast. The second best D&D podcast. It's the second. It's called the Second Best Podcast. It's a real play D&D comedy podcast. It's like a bunch of New York improvisers. Um, it's every other week. It's called the Second Best Podcast. I've heard very good things about it. I have not listened to it, but people I know are on it. Epic can't listen to D&D podcast. I would love to play a tabletop game. Lose interest listening to people play. I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, Idle Thumbs seems to be just in a comatose state. It is, long-term hiatus. Um, but yeah, my commute is some subway travel and some walking, so podcasts are very helpful for that. That's where I do most of it. Also, I sometimes just put my headphones on when I'm like cooking or washing dishes or whatever. It's a little easier to move around and do that. So we're working on our spaceship here. We put in the control piece. This is the closest thing we have to a decal, which is fun. But I think we're going to use almost every piece on this. Oh, also, I didn't point this out. I'll do that now. Um, check this out. Got a little our little Lego figure. One has the scared face, and two has this piece, which I pointed out on Saturday, is my favorite uh, Lego piece of the space generation, the 90s and 80s space stuff. I love this piece, so I was happy that it was included in this kit. Felt like it was there just for me. All right, so now we're going to put these together. And this piece here. Great. The double blaster. Yes, the laser blasters. Use those for lasers. Back before the days of missile launchers, which now seem to be all the rage in these kits. So we're gonna put that there. I assume this is gonna be where our crane arm gets connected. It'll be that piece there. We've got a group of 6 that we managed to get together for D&D, but it's rough getting that many adults together on a regular basis is not easy. Yes, Space Cadet, I totally feel you. I have not had an active gaming group for a while. I had a group for a few years there. A friend of mine lived in a central area that everyone in our crew could get to very easily, and which was awesome. And she hosted game nights, and occasionally we would do like one night only tabletop stuff or role playing stuff. But most of the time we played like lots of Cards Against Humanity. Um, Various, like if there was like 9 people, we might split off and do some other like co-op games or other things like Pandemic and stuff like that. Um, and then we would play Jackbox games if we had a crew that was looking to do that, and maybe be a little, on their phones and a little less like tactile. And that was really nice. And of course, at that time, coincidentally, um, I was uh, going to PAX a lot. So I was coming back with expansions for Cards Against Humanity and special cards and the limited ones, the '90s pack and all that stuff because I was getting those from the cards folks. So it was nice to have a crew that wanted to play with the new cards. Um, yeah, you could use something like Roll20 to handle your dice rolls, and not necessarily even just D&D. There are other games, and there's plenty of games like Fiasco is a thing where you just need someone needs to be in front of a monitor to kind of keep track of things, but you don't really need that much physical stuff. Humbow just subscribed. Thank you so much. Oh, this is because Hygarian just 3 gifted. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Hygarian. That's a gifted subscription to Humbo and Cash Bear and the Hollow. Um, thank you so much. Let's throw the Bear Cave emotes in there. Okay, so we are at 66 subscribers, which is awesome and radical. Um, of course, we have had um, we've had a bunch of gift subscriptions, and those that have been gifted, if you ever think about continuing, that would be rad. So we are at 66 subscribers, which means we are 3 away from that nice number. Uh, and then, of course, we'll drop off. I would like to get to that nice number. Uh, oh, uh, we just had a Twitch Prime subscriber for 4 months. Arsafen, hi Pat, awesome late night stream. Hello and welcome. It's good to have you in the chat. It's been a little bit, but thank you very much for renewing the subscription. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, the hope is to get to the good number, uh, because it's nice. It's just nice. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Um, but yeah, Roll20 is a thing is a cool thing to look into. Uh, that's what we use for the giant Beastcast end of the year stuff. We use that to get some stuff working there. Space Cadet is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Uh, Appreciate that. Yeah. And folks, if you can't subscribe, you can always give me a follow, and that way, and set your notifications so you know when I'm streaming. Because that's a good way to know what's going on. I do try to do every Thursday and every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This Friday, I'm doing a special bonus stream. It's my monthly game stream. Once a month, I play video games, mostly Jackbox stuff with the chat. So that's this Friday, January 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So my normal streaming time just on Friday, and we're playing games. I'm going to start by playing some Hearthstone because I have a fun deck that I think like is a silly deck that I think people will like watching me play. Uh, it's a hunter deck, but not the annoying current hunter deck. It's a sillier version. So I'm gonna play that, um, and then I will play some Jackbox games on Friday. It'll be fun. Um, but yeah, if you'd like to give me a subscription, get me up to the nice number, you can. But Space gets it following so I can check back in. Bedtime for me. Well, have a great night, and thank you for joining me. Pat, you didn't jump over to the Joda card game. Just kidding. That game is tanking. Well, Epic. I looked at it. Don't get me wrong. I like I like card games. I like digital card games. If there was a good web version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, I would play it. I love that stuff. I did some of the Pokemon training game and enjoyed that very much. I have not gotten a Magic Arena because I had a Magic problem, and my solution was to not play Magic anymore. But I've been looking at it. I've been watching Casey Malone play. Um, Abba says I'm totally gonna join those jackpot games. Please do. We do a lot of Quiplash too because Quiplash is my favorite game they've ever made. But we play a few other things. We haven't done TKO in a really long time. It might be time for TKO. We did bracketeering, and that was fun to do. When you have a good number, because you can do way more than 8 people with that, so it's kind of fun. Um, don't play Magic, don't do it. I've been playing a lot less Magic and Hearthstone in favor of Magic. Yeah, I mean, I still haven't played it. I'm still not playing as much Hearthstone as I used to. I just don't have the time for it. Um, I had a Magic problem in '93, so I sold all my cards and got into Jihad, and that was a poor idea. Yeah, I mean, selling your cards in '93 is retroactively a poor idea. Not buying more is probably a good idea. Alice says, I plan to listen to the Holiday Beastcast episodes now that the RPGs aren't 100% foreign to me. So, I think our first year was incredible. I think our second year was fun, and we had to break it up into 2 parts. I did not, unfortunately, get to do 2018 bonus, which was a shame. My schedule just did not permit it, unfortunately, which I regret that I unfortunately could not do it. But also, 2 of those people have kids, so if Vinny and Jeff could make that time work, then we got to do that. Um, TKO is awesome. It's a lot of setup, so I know that some people don't like how long it takes to get going, but once it's going, it's so good. Um, I haven't bought the new one. I have not bought the new party pack, so we can't do the robot one, um, which is very fun. But yeah, um, and I think that the PowerPoint presentation one is really good, but doesn't work on a stream if you can't hear everyone. Uh, it is weird. Hollow, thank you for forgiving me. Bracketeering was good fun. Yeah, I think it's fun. TKO was the only Jackbox games that worked for my local friends. Yeah, I could see that. Bacalar had a great name, and Austin not knowing who the Dokus are. It's not that he doesn't know who the Dokus are. He's just not ever listened to any of them, which is also, while I understand it's not necessarily his genre of music, is a shame because I think some of their songs that would emotionally resonate with him. I think Wonder, in particular, their song about Wonder Woman, would really hit Austin in his heart, and he would enjoy the double clicks. It is weird that yes, that he GM'd a game that is based on the name of a song by the Double Clicks, not this Lasers and Feelings, which is also not necessarily their best song. It's a pretty funny video, but it's not their best song. I think Wonder is their best song because it makes me cry. I have heard that song live on 2 occasions. One time I took a friend who only had heard some of the double clicks, and I took them to a show they were doing. Um, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna cry if they sing Wonder," and I did. But also, Samus opened for the double clicks, and so I was already emotionally wrecked because Samus is wonderful. Double clicks, it's one word. It is Laser and Aubrey. The double clicks. At one time, they were the sister band. Now they are a relative band. They're a sibling band, as Laser has always been non-binary, but now chooses to inform the world and let people know that is their deal. Double clicks are fun. They are a cello and sometimes guitar, sometimes backing track band. They got to quit their day jobs for a time and focus on making music. They still make music. They're lovely. They have a beautiful song about Wonder Woman that makes me cry every time I hear it. They have some very fun songs. Uh, they have a song about hanging out with cats at parties that I've always loved. Is a fantastic song. I recommend the Double Clicks, and they do all ages shows, which is nice. Um, they did XOXO, yes. But yeah, they're a fun nerdy band, and I like them, and they're nice people. And Laser did um, last year, not this one, but the previous, the very first PAX Unplugged. I did 404ing it, and Laser was one of my guests, and that was rad because Laser is cool. Um, so I don't know. All right, so we're putting the back end here of our space shuttle. Putting these like this. But yeah, I like that band a lot. Um, This Is My Jam is another very good song of theirs that I recommend. But yeah, they're fun. Hanging out with cats at parties is like just a cute, fun song. They have a bunch of cute songs and some like fucking like cool songs that are just like about empowerment and respectfulness, and it's just good and fun stuff. I also am a big sucker for people who are able to pursue their passions through crowdfunding and internet support. Always been a big fan of that when people get to do that. Um, Obviously, I'm not there yet, but uh, the internet has been very good to me. I try to be good to it, but people have been very good to me, and the internet has been good to me as well. So that is a nice thing. Let's see. Cool, fun songs are hard to find, especially if nerdy. I fell off Joko after Portal. Yeah. I'm backing Colton's newest project on Kickstarter. I can't necessarily recommend it because I think it's a weird idea. It's just a. I like weird ideas. Jonathan Colton has an album that he kickstarting. It's just covers of smooth songs, but he's not trying to do anything weird. He's just trying to cover them. It's just him singing smooth like songs, and I think that's like a cool weird idea that you can't just decide to do without support from the internet. And so I appreciate that and think that's cool. That was the thing that I was like, yeah, I'll back that. Uh, Mandy, have not seen Mandy. I hear very good things, but have not seen that. I don't see a lot of movies. I'll say that. Going to the movies is just a thing that I don't necessarily have an interest in doing. I watch some movies when I'm home, but I kind of go more towards either watching stuff on the internet or catching up on things. Um, but yeah, I just don't. I would like to watch more movies because there's movies I miss. I try to see the things that I think would be cool, or if sometimes friends of mine are in movies. I'll say this: a friend of mine is in a movie that's coming out this year that looks not great, and she's awesome. Rosa is wonderful. We worked together on a bunch of video stuff here in New York, and she's the best. But she is in a movie that looks real not good, and I'm bummed because I'm happy for her that she ended up doing something cool. But yikes. Uh, yeah, I'm just like, no, I think I'm good on that. In a couple minutes, I'll take a break and talk about stuff that's coming out. I want to see A Star Is Born. Yeah, I mean, the last movie I saw was Into the Spider Verse, which ruled, and I don't remember what was before that, but it wasn't. It was a while. Yeah, I just don't get out to the movies that often. Um, Daytime stuff is fine, but it's something weird about going to the movies and then going to work, and then a lot of my nights are doing this stuff, so which is great. So yeah, it becomes a little hard to get out to the cinema. I end up like having to go on a weekend day, and that's not a prime. That's not a great experience. Uh, Comedy horror movies are often bad. Yeah, they can be. Johnny, um, I don't know if it will resonate with you. I don't know if it'll work with you, but I love The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies. I think it holds up. I think the effects are fucking incredible because they're practical and done very well, and some people were at the top of their game in making it. But uh, you know, it also exists a possibility that it will not work for you. But I hope it does because I think it's a great movie. Epic says, I don't go out to the movies that often either, only seeing things that I feel would be better on huge screen. Yeah. So, like, yeah, for me, going out to see Into the Spider Verse alone, but there were lots of people there, including lots of kids when I saw it because I was with my family, and I basically just got a ride to the mall and went to a movie because they did not want to see Into the Spider Verse, and I understand that, but I wanted to see it. Uh, all right, that thing went in weird. I like these rockets. I think these rockets look pretty cool. It's a cool color. I'll do two of these. But yeah, I like catching early Saturday or Sunday matinees. Usually crowds are a little smaller. Yeah, yeah. I think that what ends up happening is I have kind of a short attention span, so it's hard for me to dedicate time to just watching movies. I'd like to do more of that, but going to the movies, I can focus on the movie that way. And there are some things that are like some really great experiences. Like there are genres of movies that I think work the best when you're with people. I think comedies are funnier in crowds. That's not a new opinion. I'm not breaking ground with that opinion. But I also think that like yeah, um, there are strengths to seeing things with that. One of my favorite movie going experiences of the past like few years. It's been a while since it came out. Um, was seeing Attack the Block with a room full of people. I saw like the U.S. debut of it, um, and it was awesome to see with it so many folks because I think there were some people who weren't sure what they were coming to see. It's so atmospheric and interesting. Uh, sure, movies are better with friends though. Like comedies are. Sure. Oh yeah, Friends make a lot of movie going experiences way better. Sin says I need to go to movies more often, but I've been busy with helping the family. Peak happiness is seeing Pacific Rim in D box 3D. Uh, yes. I think D box. I've never done D box, but there's probably a thing. Uh, I've done 4D in like a aquarium. I went to an aquarium and they had a 4D thing. And that was like fine once. I don't think I ever need to do it again. Like, yeah, the chair moved and then like you got sprayed with a mister and then there was a thing that poked me at one point and I was like, I don't like this part. So I don't think I would ever do it again, but it was kind of interesting. Watching Aliens the movie with an audience is better than watching Aliens at home alone. Yeah, I would not disagree about that, Johnny. I don't know if I agree with you that Tech the Block is better than the Star Wars films. Uh, I don't know. That's a to me that might be a weird comparison, but I did really enjoy Tech the Block. Um, Oh, this is the third. We're gonna put a third rocket together. All right. All right. So I'm gonna put this rocket on here, and then I'm gonna take my do my quote unquote ad break, where I uh, tell you ways that you can support the stream when I put this rocket on here, and then we will continue building. Uh, well, you don't want to drop your popcorn, Hygarian. That will make any movie experience worse, as you drop your dang popcorn. Okay, so hello. First of all, thank you so much for hanging out. This is my first ever late night stream. It's going great, and I thank you. Got good numbers of people watching, people chatting. It's good. Here are ways you can support the stream if that's something you would like to do. First and foremost, if you're not already following, give me a follow. Turn your notifications on so you know when I'm streaming. If you would like to, you can use your Twitch coin or you can use real money and become a subscriber. As I said, we are at 66 subscribers right now. I would like to get to the nice number, which is 69. No need to. No, you can gift. You can also gift anonymously. I'm going to cough. Pardon me. Sorry about that. I am getting, it's cold and getting winter shit. If you don't want to support me through Twitch, you could also maybe do Patreon. That is the hollow. I'm going to answer that later. Patreon is another way to support me. $1, $5, $10 levels, the rewards there. I got to redo the video. Sin just subscribed with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, throw the bear came on there. I also have an Amazon wish list. My Patreon is the reason why I'm doing this stream right now. I should say that. I hit $150. $150, I said, if I get that amount per month, I will do a third stream a week. And so we will be building 6 hours a week instead of 4 hours a week. So that only happens because of folks supporting, which is awesome. I have my Amazon wish list. Let's take a look at the wish list. So here's some stuff you could buy, and it will come to me, and I'll build it on a stream. We're going to build the Astray, the Sengoku Astray next, because Rich picked that up for me. But that's coming next. That skips the queue, the stuff I bought for myself. There's some Dragon Ball stuff on there. I put in the Diva and Reinhardt model kit. I put in the Bastion model kit. Those would be cool to build. I don't really love Overwatch, but I like Overwatch. Those would be fun to build. I've got a Zoid, the Wilder, the Liger Zoid. That would be fun to build, and some lots and lots of model kits and stuff like that. That would be fun to build. That's all in there. That's the Amazon wish list. That's one way to support. And then also have my coffee. You could send me some money there. Any money I make on Twitch, Patreon, my coffee, anything that goes to that goes into me buying more kits to build on stream. Because unlike a streamer who's going to buy PUBG once and play it for 150 hours, I have to keep buying kits. Because unless I buy all 3-in-1s, once I build a kit, we're done with the kit. There's stuff I could do, like detailing and other things like that, but I'm about the building, decal work, light sticker work. There's some stickers in this next kit that we're going to build after this. I have my Build With Their community. It is my Discord. I post all the videos I make on Discord. People promote themselves. People post photos of kits they're working on. It's cool. Consider jumping in on that. You keep eyeballing that Turn X Gundam. Yeah. It's such a weird looking thing. It's such a weird kit. I really do enjoy that kit. Oh, also, I have a show on Friday. I haven't been really promoting it because I'm only doing a small part in it. It's not like the show I did last week, which I was really promoting, where I was on stage the whole time, Mike Drucker Shit Arcade. This is a show it's another show. For some reason, I'm doing back-to-back shows with shit in the title. This show is called Cool Shit, Weird Shit. It's a themed show, and it's this Friday at midnight at UCB East. Put a link in there. If you're a New Yorker, you're in the New York area, you want to come to a weird show. Now, it is going to be a weird show. It's going to be a cool show, but also going to be weird because it is a like a funeral for the theater UCB East, which is closing. And I'm doing a bit about shows that I don't know why they happen there. So it's very meta. It's a very meta show. Um, well, Mr. Bob, who's hasn't been chatting, sent me a thing. Uh, um, which is fine. I don't want to get to people that liked my tweet about Danielle Riendo. Yeah, it's a funeral show, so it's kind of a weird thing. Son Goku is a Gundam pilot. Yeah, I don't think Goku works well with technology. I could see Trunks, future Trunks, piloting a big mech. Bulma, certainly. I think Vegeta wouldn't want to, but certainly could. Uh, there are a number of folks in the Dragon Ball universe that I could see piloting a mech, but not Goku. Maybe even you can see Krillin having a freak out. Dr. Breeks would make a cool mech. Yeah. With awesome speakers, indeed, Sin. Yes. Real cool speakers. I wonder if Android 18, or Android 17 for that matter, would feel weird about uh, piloting a mech since they're androids. Krillin would crash it. Yes, Krillin and Yajirobe would fly off into the distance, and it would be bad. Uh, Gohan would pick it up. He would think it was pretty cool and figure out a way to do it uh, safely. Gohan's got a good mind for that. Oh, this is like a little satellite dish. We're building a little not dish. We're building a little satellite. That's fun. That's a cool little thing. I didn't know that's what this was. Yeah, this is a satellite. Oh, that's right. It goes to the crane arm. That's cool. So that lives here in this kind of space there. And then we're going to build the arm next. Oh, that's awesome. Mecha Yamcha. Was Android 18 a mech when she was pregnant? No. So they got made human again. They're human. The wish made them human again. I don't understand it. None of that makes sense, and I don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it either. Android 18 is an enhanced human. She was never a full robot. Yeah, she was like, she's basically. So Android is the wrong term because Andrew, the one of the greatest fighters of all time, Andrew. Yeah, like Android 19 and Android 20, or Android 19, which is Android 20 are different. They're robots with human brains in them. Uh, but Android 17 and 18 were like modified humanoids. So they're really cyborgs, I think. Not, I don't know. They're just Android is the wrong term because I think they're actually cyborgs, but I could be wrong. All right, and this is the crane arm here, which snaps in like this, and then I guess you go like this, and then I can. You're in space and you're putting that up there. That's pretty neat. Let's show you the angle there. That's cool. I like that. And then you can disconnect. You can bring it down, pop it in there, disconnect it, and go like that. Yes. So so they're actually cyborgs. Speaking of anime stuff, we can talk about some anime. So I've now watched 2 episodes of Girly Airforce. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I did drop off of like I'm not going to watch the quintessential quintets or whatever that show I'm not super into. So I do want to try out some stuff. So I gave it a chance, and I don't hate it, Girly Airforce. It is exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I don't know. It could be cool. So I'm going to give that another episode. I don't really have anything dramatic to say about it. It just seems okay. Um, but a thing that came out this afternoon on Monday for watching this live that I really did enjoy was the latest episode of uh, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. A lot happened. We finally got introduced to a character that was in the first opening, that was also in the second one. Sorry to miss anime update, but I think I should turn in. Have a good night, everyone. Asmo, thank you so much. As always, it's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Thank you for hanging out. Um, uh, have a great evening, and I'll see you soon on the internets. So yeah, so there were a couple characters that we've seen in episode, like the opening song and this new opening theme. We've seen like a couple characters, and we finally got introduced to what turned out to be a demon lord. So that was a big deal. And then also they really fucking breezed past this whole part where a bunch of other people joined up with the new nation of Rimuru, like the Great Alliance. A bunch of new characters got named, and characters that we've seen got evolved. Because I was wondering, because there was like what appeared to be um, an assassin force in some of the opening stuff, and I was like, who's that? Turns out it was um, uh, the lizard woman, the daughter of the king of the lizard men, um, ended up like making an appearance, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Did not expect her to join up and get named and evolve. And now she almost looked human. Smash Bros. Says, sometimes I think they intentionally fuck with people in the opening to animes. Well, I'll say this. There are two prime examples of that for me. One is in another world with my smartphone. They have a character in there that doesn't show up until the last moments of the show, but they make it seem like he's going to be the antagonist. Nope, shows up late. Sometimes you're waiting for someone to appear, something to happen, and never does. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the first thing had this character show up. She doesn't show up until they start the second theme, and now she's there. But I was like, what's going on? The other one that really pissed me off, and this is a spoiler, so apologies. There's the thing that happens in Flying Witch, where there's a character in the opening, and he's only in one episode, but he's in the opening, and it makes it seem like he's going to come back, and he never fucking comes back. The Harbinger, which just seemed like such a cool character. I'm still so mad that the Harbinger is only in one episode of Flying Witch. It's like, what the fuck? That character was cool. I was so frustrated by that because I thought, because he's in the opening song, I'm like, he's definitely going to come back. This seems like a character, like an important minor character. Nope. Harbinger never comes back. Madoka Magica definitely intentionally plays with the opening in your expectations. Yeah, I mean, some shows do it as expectations. Some of them just do it because it's cool, and that's frustrating to me. I forget which show had. You know what it is? It's the ending video for Darling in the Franks or the Fracks. I would watch more than I watched the actual show, which I did not enjoy. But that like high school looking thing where they're all like, yeah, like what if it was a high school show? I'm way more into that than I am into the actual show that happened. They threw me off Attack of Titan. If someone, oh, what is that? In the basement, and then nothing. Yeah. How much anime could you watch if you had a full day with no plans or responsibilities? So, well, that depends. The Hollow. Just like anything else, I could probably watch. I have binge shows. I'll say this. When I found today's menu for Emiya family, I think I watched 8 hours of that show. not 8, 4, 5 hours. I watched 10 episodes, so I watched 5 hours of that show. Because it was very good and I really liked it. So yeah, I watched a lot of it. All right, so we got these things that go like that. But yeah, I can watch the whole day if I need to. Uh, I remember reading what it was in the basement and being disappointed. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to be disappointed, right? With those things, like sometimes it just, you know, I think about Evangelion and FLCL constantly. I understand. Yeah, there are some shows that kind of hit you like that. Um, but I will say that like it's nice to be introduced to a character, and also it's real. The character that got revealed uh in today's that time I got reincarnated as slime is a very fun um reveal. Like it's an incredibly fun reveal. So I was very happy about that. The characterization, I thought she was really cool. And there's a dude that I completely forgot was in the show, and then I was like, oh, okay. I find my attention span for anime is awful. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching subtitled anime so long that it doesn't bother me. I know some people like they're like, "Oh, I can watch YouTube videos all day long, long form YouTube stuff, but I can't watch an anime for more than 2 hours." And I'm like, "Yeah, I understand." So is mine. I have to binge or fall off. I understand that. Sin binges every science drama anime, robotics, notes, Steingate, Chaos Head, and such. Yeah, can understand that. If that's the genre you really like, sometimes, yeah, you can just get obsessed with that stuff. Totally understand. I've never watched any of the Steins Gate stuff. Never seen any of it. Um, yeah, the big stuff I like this season is um, the time I got reincarnated slime. Second half of the season, really liking that. Endro, I said Endro is going to be the show that I talk about that no one else is watching. Maybe you'll watch it. It's just a very cute slice of life show, and I like, as you know, I like slice of life shows, and it's also like got a fun element of it that it's an adventure show. It's fun. Oh, I did not watch Mob Psycho, the latest Mob Psycho. I'll watch that for Thursday, along with my roommate is a cat and Dororo. Those are very good. Like I said, I'm done with the quintessential quintuplets. I just don't care about any of those characters yet, and I don't care about the guy, and I don't need. If I can't care about any of them, I can't. That's just how I am. We are at 67 subscribers right now, which is a fantastic number. Thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. All right, so that goes like that. And that's our kit. This is a really cool. I wish there was landing gear. I think I would prefer this with landing gear. Oh, that this white here does not. My green screen did not like that. I wish this had landing gear. But I like that it has this thing. I think it's cool. I'm gonna open that up for when I take my photo. But yeah, I think it's a cool looking thing. Uh, it's hard because it is very weird handling Woe the main character misgendering, but also alternative universes, and it could be so much better. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much knowledge about Steins Gate and their handling of the character. That's a bummer. But also, a lot of Japanese shows are very bad at that. I mean, media in general, but also, yeah. Would love it if anime fans stopped using the term trap to describe characters. Because that fucking sucks. Really fucking sucks. Prop in your YouTube video on how we didn't land on the moon. You're right. There's no landing gear. How can you land without landing gear? Ha ha ha. Ugh. Yeah, so that's our space shuttle here. I'll take a photo with my phone. You can watch me take a photo of this. Um, and then we'll move on to our next kit. We've got, 45 minutes, probably a little less. Uh, do I need to get that Pokemon? Is that a Pokemon I need to capture? I gotta look. That is not a Pokemon I need to capture. Don't worry about it, y'all. I had Pokemon Go open on my phone. I'm gonna take a photo so I can post this on my Twitter after, and then my Discord as well. Great. Photo taken. But yeah, we're going to leave it like this. It'll go into the piles of model kits that I have built. But yeah, that's a fun kit to build. There. There. Yeah, thanks everybody who's hanging out. We dropped a little bit here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. They don't use trap, I think. Character but have transition by having the mother stop eating meat. Time travel is dumb. Oh, it's a response to some sort of time travel change in someone's personality, and then the person ends up being trans. I don't know if I like that. That sounds not great. I don't know about that one. I think we're gonna have to. I'll figure this out later. You don't need to watch me figure out how to get this space shuttle into the box because it might not fit the way it is designed there. Deal with that later. Let's jump to this. Hell yeah. New kit. It was an impossible localization probably. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound great. All right, so now we're moving along here. We got our Sengoku Astray, which is from Gundam Builders, Gundam Build Fighters. So you might recognize this kit as the red Astray, but this is the modified version of it because it is from Gundam Builders, which I always describe as like Mega Man EXE or Rockman EXE. Let's see. So we're gonna just kind of put our pieces there. But yeah, I mean it's basically like building model kits, the game, and then fighting with those model kits in a digital world. Digital world. It's got some kind of connectors here that are they're all red. I like that. The colors are great. Also, it's got swords. It's got fucking swords, and I love this. I love that. I love this detail on it. I love the detail on the swords. It also has big old arms that can like extra arms that can like become big fists, but then also can be on like this can hold the swords. This kit looks rad. It makes me want to check out this anime, which I have not. Um, so yeah, so now I'm just gonna put my pieces here and get ready. Rockman EXE has the petite Baer G guy. Would be so much better. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I do like that. I did like that show. The show was fun. Johnny says the character is trans, and they use time travel to change the development of the embryo to match the body the character wants to have, and then they have to undo it for plot spoiler reasons. That's heavy, and I hope it's handled well. Oops, my table is crooked. I have my doubts that it is handled well. There we go. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. I made it worse. I made it worse. I made it worse. Better? Yes. Just move that off frame. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't like the line to be crooked, and it's fucking crooked as hell. And sometimes I can fix it by literally moving the table. But it's not helping. There, that's better. And I'll just do... This is unnecessary and nonsense. I'm just getting tired, I realize. Apply. Okay. Okay. I'm just getting tired. I recognize that. Good evening, Pat. The Lego Show looked fun. It was really fun. John Robert, first of all, hi, John Robert. Happy to have you here, buddy. Um, it was very fun. It was a really fun kit. We did all three things. It was a 3-in-1, so we did all versions of that. We're moving on to our next kit, which is a model kit, the Sengoku Astray, uh, which is a cool looking fighting robot. And I'm up for building a fighting robot. All right, W and X. Yeah, this is a cool looking kit. I'm excited to build it. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't have a great, as imagined by Gundam Builds. Yeah, I don't have a great suggestion for you, unfortunately, about ninja anime. So I apologize for not having that. Uh, there we go. Had to move my bendy arm. There, I moved it. Great. So where are my snipper clips? Here they are. They're right here. I found them. Okay. Uh, Ninja Scroll. There's something about Ninja Scroll, but I don't know. Let's see. So this kit is a 2014 kit, Master Grade. I'm going to actually grab my here and then, uh, yeah, Ninja Scroll is rough, so I don't know if I would recommend that. Um, uh, all right. So let's say here, I'm gonna just. One second here. Streaming till 3 a.m. Eastern. Starting. Oops. I gotta look at how to spell this. I have the Sengoku Astray MG. Great. Watch my terrible typing. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of uh, a good. Is it World's Mightiest? Is that the name of it? Uh, World's Mightiest Disciple. There's ninja stuff in it, but it's a goofy show that it has a lot of heart to it. World's Mightiest Disciple, I think, is a really fun show about just kind of like a goof doof that like meets incredible fighters and becomes better at martial arts by learning a lot of different fighting styles. And it's a really cool World's Strongest Disciple Kenichi. That's right. Max says, "Look out, Pat! There's a huge arm behind you." Oh no! Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Also, hi, Mac. Yes, thank you, asterisk Kiji, for saying that. World's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi. Kenichi. It's Kenichi. It's really good. Um, that's a fun one. I haven't thought of that show in a while. But that's a cool martial arts show that doesn't take itself seriously. That's all, but is like got some good fighting in it. And I need H. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start working on the body here. This is a Master Grade kit. Uh, as always, when I'm working on a kit I don't know super well, I have to take my time with it, but it usually works out all right. But occasionally I may be a little slow on things because I don't know exactly how this kit looks. But it should be good. Basilisk. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, the arm is a friend. Yeah. The arm is a friend. Yeah, Mac, I am doing some late night streaming. It is, I want to do 3 streams a week, and unfortunately, currently, um, I don't know why. It might be my modem, it might be the neighborhood. I do not have the ability to stream during the day. I just drop frames, and it's an awful experience, and it sucks. So I am now, because I want to stream 3 times a week because I've hit the uh, goal on Patreon. I am now uh, trying out a Monday late evening stream, and I'll be going till 3 a.m. Eastern. So, uh, Flame of Recca. Wow. So, John Robert, I tried everything. Um, I I'm up to date on everything. I'm up to date. This was happening uh, before I updated OBS. It's happening after. I have flushed everything. I called uh, the cable company. I had them do a reset. Uh, when I did remotely, it was fine. My laptop didn't want to work here. It's basically anytime between 9 p.m. Uh, it's I am using. I'm just using OBS, and I did update OBS. Uh, your surgery was well. I also have it on. I have it on. I was using New York, but I also have it on like recommended or whatever. I've done. I think everything I can to figure out what's going on, except swap out my modem, which I'm getting a new modem to swap out. I was doing a modem upgrade. I honestly think it has something to do with the construction happening next door. Um, uh, well, I'm glad you're back to normal, John Robert. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's been really frustrating. Last Monday, I went to start streaming and could not. Just wouldn't work. It's very frustrating. All right, so now we're gonna get. Uh, yeah, it was a big old bummer when I suddenly could not stream. So we need D and U. U111 is this one, and D is this. D. Got it. Uh, Stream Vampire. uh, let's see. I don't know if I could get an anime. Someone just mentioned Flame of Recca, um, and I would love a like 2011 Hunter x Hunter reboot style of Flame of Recca because they ran out of manga, so they just ended the show, and I wouldn't. I think that show was really fun, and the characters were really cool. I would love a reboot and a continuation of Flame of Recca, much in the same way that they redid Hunter x Hunter. I think that would be awesome. I don't think we'll ever get it, but my buddy really loved Flame of Recca, and I got into that because he loved it, and it was a good show. 11. All right, we got our little pilot in here. Pop our pilot in. All the electric interference in the world can mess with your connection. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. It worked okay in the past. I was able to stream during the day in the past. Just now I can't. And it's very frustrating. Uh, Literally coax draped all over the side of buildings. Yeah, it's so I think something got moved in the construction because the building they're working on next door goes right up to our apartment, and my roommate like has to deal with that, and I just think something got jostled. Once I know what my income thing is going to be, and I can get some steady work and know that I'll be working consistently, I am looking into FiOS. Uh, there was a deal going on where they waived the installation fees. There probably would have been some one-time fees anyway, and the 100 was cheaper than the cable internet I have here by a few dollars, even after taxes. So, ugh. But I can't get FiOS until I know what my job situation is. And since I don't know what my job situation is, I'm not getting FiOS. which I think is reasonable. Um, yeah, I think Flame of Recca would be cool. I would love another season of Flying Witch because I think that show rules. We're getting more laid back camp, so I don't need to ask for more laid back camp. Um, yeah, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what I would ask for more of. Sometimes things are just good, and you just got all of it. You know what? I wouldn't mind a new season of. I am buying the heck out of the Flying Witch manga. That show is seriously so good. Oh, it's awesome. Um, you know what? Actually, what I wouldn't mind another season of is uh oh, shoot, what's the name of that show? It's I'm always bad at saying the name of it. So I'm going to look it up. Uh, Umaru. Yes, Umaru Himoto. Uh, that show rules, and I would love a third season of that show. Um, Mainly because I think I tweeted this a while ago. Ebita Chan deserves to meet her brother. It's like the loose. It's the plot. Like the loose plot element of that show is that she part of the reason she's there is to meet her brother, to get reunited with her brother, and she doesn't, and it's a bummer because she's a great little minor character. She's a good friend, good character, good girl. Um, yeah, more Flying Witch would be cool. That's just a fun show, and there were a bunch of minor characters in that were awesome. Uh, and I'm trying to think of this. Oh, a new season of New Game. I think the third season is fantastic. Second season isn't incredible, but it's good and it gets better. It took a while for me to like. Oop, was the wrong one? No, no. It took me a while for me to get into the new characters that got added. Um, and I still don't necessarily like them as much. But I could get into a third season of new game. If you've never watched a new game or new game exclamation point, um, which is the second season, it is a show that is kind of like a slice of life working environment show that focuses on a small game studio that is staffed fully by women, and it's just some otaku and some not otaku and some emotionally kind of odd creatures, and they're all lovely and wonderful, and they're all great, and I want good things for all of them. And they're making a cool game, and they're trying their goddamn best, and it's silly and goofy, and very gay, and I'm a huge fan of. A new game, and then the second season is new game with an exclamation point, and it should be called New Game Plus. The fact that the second season of New Game is not called New Game Plus is a mistake since it's about a game studio. John Robert, I do not have a Switch. I do not have a current modern console right now. I'm just a PC gentleman at the moment. I was thinking about getting a Switch this year, and then I got laid off, so I have not bought a Switch. Hopefully, I will at some point get myself one, but gotta get a job. Yeah. Yes, Johnny, it is certainly a travesty. But yeah, new game is really fucking cute and fun, and they're all best girls, and they're all great. And there's a lot of gay subtext, and then there's some actual text eventually, but it's still a little subtexty and frustrating. But it's still good. And there's a little song that one of the characters sings as she's um, working on a She's working on what is it called? A game, and she's just singing a song about a bear, and so I always think about that. Kuma, 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 kuma. Get that? That gets stuck in my head a lot. It's a good show. Yes, it should have been called New Game Plus. Well, I gotta do everything around here. Dang. John Robert, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, um, very much. I am also very sorry. Things will work out. It will. I will be better off in the long run. I pulled the wrong piece. I'm getting tired here. This late night streaming thing is gonna be fun, but I'm gonna have to sleep in on Mondays. I think if I'm gonna try to do this, because I'm getting a little off my game here. Um, but yeah, I am certainly not thrilled with what's happening in my regular life. What do you call the third season? Hard mode? Yeah, I don't know what you call the third season if you call the second one. Well, like there's that working show. There's that show about like office like a restaurant, and I know that like their naming conventions just got nonsensical and people got so mad about it. So it's not as bad as that. Oops, no, that's not. Uh, feel okay, good. Well, I appreciate that very much, John Robert. Um, People have been incredibly supportive, and it's been very nice to have uh, to to feel the love from folks. Genuinely been very touched. Go to sleep now. Great stream. Have a good night, John Robert. You have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out. Uh, as I said, we knew this would be a weird one. Um, but yeah, it's been nice having people here in the chat. I don't want to force these two pieces together, but I feel like I've got to shove these pieces together. Doesn't seem to want to go. All right, well we'll figure this out. Like I said, I'm getting a little sleepy. Okay, I'm tired too. Work in the morning. Thanks for the stream. Enjoy the rest. Uh, wait, this isn't DK64. You're right. This is not. We are not doing a fundraiser right now. I'm building a model kit, but I understand your confusion. Anytime there's a big streaming story, I always hear from my cousins going like, "Hey, you do that stuff, right?" And I'm always just like, both my cousins are on Facebook and Twitter, so they see my tweets about this stuff, and occasionally, whoops, my Facebook posts, and that's very funny because I'm always just like, I mean, I am on Twitch, but not the way you're thinking of. All right, I dropped a piece. Where'd it go? Oh boy. Yep, there it is. I can reach it with my foot. Got so used to seeing him stream for like 96 days, I assumed everyone was doing it. Yeah, I understand. I hear what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of funny to like watch some streams after GD awesome games and be like, well, they're not speed running this. Why are they? Why not? Why aren't they speed running this thing? It's like, why are they playing this game slow? Why is this commentary not all in jokes? I don't understand. All right, I'm going to try to get this piece on right. Facebook should be shut down, Johnny. I don't disagree with you. If it wasn't for family members that refuse to join another social media thing but need to talk to me sometimes, I would probably be off it faster. I mean, it is part of it is my career stuff, so I am somewhat obliged to deal with it, but I don't certainly don't enjoy it. Okay, so this goes like this, and this is going to go in here. Okay, I think yeah, this is gotta just, these pieces have to connect, and I have to force them to connect, I think. Let me just do, there we go. Okay, that'll be better. Um, yes, we should all be off Facebook. I don't disagree with you. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little sleepy, getting a little run down. Uh, if I knew that I could be home at 12:30 a.m., I would by 12:30 a.m. every time. I would do 12:30. I'm thinking instead of 1 to 3, I might do 12:30 to 2:30 because I did have enough time when I got home to get my stream ready. So I'm thinking about that part. I don't know though. Like I said, I'm still experimenting. I'm not sure how these things are going to work. Uh, I was right that doing Lego was a lot easier mentally than getting this to work. But we'll make do. We'll figure it all out. I do want to build stream 3 times a week, and this is a way I can do that. So I'm happy about that. And then, all right. So what on there? I've never watched any of the the Gundam Builders series. I've heard good things. I know what it's about. I just, like I said, haven't watched it. So I should, because it seems like something I would be into. Like I said, I do like Rock Band EXE or Mega Man EXE. Uh, so I wouldn't be opposed to watching it. I should check it out. I need no other Gundam builders. Okay. No others exist. All right, just me. I get that. I am just impressed this late at night you can work on those small pieces at all. I know, I understand. But it's mostly just that I am a night owl. But yeah, we are hitting diminishing returns. I will probably beg off a little early and not do the full 2 hours. Still do most of it. But yeah, I am certainly feeling a little tired. So, so I'm thinking next Monday might be 12:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Because like I said, I did have some time. I was, and then start late if I get home late from work or something. I don't expect to. And then everything is up in the air. Obviously, I'm going to do my best to stream Thursdays and Saturday nights. I'm going to do 6 hours a week. I'm going to try to do 9 to 11 when I can. But my schedule could change depending on a bunch of factors as I look for new work and new full-time employment. Um, I have to be flexible about when am available. That's just the reality of my current situation. Because I have to pay rent and eat food. Those are things I got to do. And I'm not ready to go, you know, I would love for more people to know about the streams that I do. That is kind of where I'm at now. I would love to kind of grow that, but I also realize that that's a ways off. We hit 22 viewers tonight, and that I think was our peak, and that's rad, and I'm happy about that. But that's not numbers to get me to partner, which is fine. Y'all are incredibly supportive. I always say that I have a small but very awesome continuous viewership, and I really appreciate that. Uh, Most people have the opposite numbers of what I have right now. Uh, well, speaking of not having a lot of people, here's some people because we got a raid. What? Legitimately, hello. First of all, hello, everybody. Second of all, why do I always get raided when my stream is almost over for the night? This is now the third time in a row that I have been raided in the last like 10 or so minutes. Will Smith just subscribed. Uh, Thank you so much, Will, for that. I also love that it says add a message to the streamer. That's very funny. Hello. Happy to have you here. Uh, that's 2 months in a row, Will. That's because other people are always finishing their streams. Yes, but yeah, like this is my first ever late night stream. I normally stream 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's generally when I do most of my streaming. I happen to be doing a late night stream because I'm trying to add a third stream in a week. Will, happy to have you here. Um, we are doing a model kit. I like the late night pat. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I like doing it a little earlier because it's dinner time for some people. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, this is a model kit and Lego building stream for those that are just popping in that followed Will here. Hello and welcome. We primarily on this channel build. I do play games. I'm going to do a stream this Friday. If you'd like to give me a follow and set your notifications so that you know when I stream. My next build stream will be this Thursday. Then I have a game stream on Friday and then another build stream on Saturday. We just filled. You know what? Because I'm very tired anyway. I'll take a moment to talk about this. So this is the Lego set that we finished today. It is the what was it? Space Shuttle Explorer, the 3-in-1. It was our first 3-in-1. It was our first Lego kit I've ever built out of the Creators Club, and it was a really fun kit. So this is the thing that we built. This is a 3-in-1, which meant that we also could build a moon base and a rover, and I built that last week, last Saturday, and then tonight we completed the space shuttle, which is great. One thing I think that sucks about this is there's not a landing gear, and I think it should have landing gear. I like that it has these colors there. I think that's kind of a neat touch. But yes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Uh, it is a cool little shuttle. Yeah, this is a cool kit that I had my eye on for a while, and I finally just purchased. Um, and then working on, as you can see in the right and left there, this is the Sengoku Astray Gundam from Gundam Fighters, or Gundam Build Fighters, I should say. Um, and that kit is going to be that we're working on that now, but I wanted to show it off because I just finished this earlier today. It was like the hour and a half of our stream, and now we're in the second half. But yeah, it has all parts. You have to disassemble all of them. So we built a kit, we disassembled it, we built the second part, we disassembled, and then I did that. And in one stream, I built 2 of the 3. Now here's the thing that sucks, folks that haven't done Lego in a while. If you haven't done it since you were a kid, and you're maybe my age or even a little younger, you maybe don't know about this. And we'll see in the overhead and my shot here. The separator. It's got a little wedge. It's got all kinds of stuff. The 3-in-1 kit did not come with one of these, and that's nonsense. You can't tell me to disassemble a kit and then not give you a separator. Now I have a dozen of these, and these are essential for building. My tools of the trade for model kit building are some spongers and some tweezers, and of course your snipper clips. But for Lego, you gotta have one of these. And I also keep a sponger around for for putting decals on. The brick separator is great. Yeah, so actually the rover we did, I'll show you the box. The rover we did didn't even use all the pieces. It had a lot of extra stuff there. You can see it in that shot there. But you can build each of these. And I thought it was all of them, but no, because it's only 285. Thank you for all the follows. I appreciate this. Look, it's great. This separator thing is awesome. I used to use a butter knife when I was a child to separate pieces that were really stuck together. And then it would fly off, and then you would like stab yourself, but it was a butter knife, so it didn't matter. And then I had a putty knife for a little bit. I would use that little putty, like almost like this kind of a thing here, the prior tools, because I just have I added a mini screwdriver, but this is my toolkit for model kit building, which is just a toolkit for replacing like smartphone screens, but it's got tweezers and just a bunch of little tools that are helpful. Um, yeah, the separators come a lot, and it's not that expensive. Uh, it's a really fun kit though. Um, uh, it was a really fun kit to build. We're gonna probably wrap up here soon, so I'm gonna probably stop working on this kit because I worked tonight, and then this is my first night stream. I'm a little tired, but yeah. Uh, this kit is, I forget where I got this, but it is meant for doing repairs to phones and stuff. But I've found that it's very helpful for when you make a mistake. When you're working on a model kit like this, separating parts can be very tough. Um, and then I also have a little sandpaper, which is nice. It's like an iFixit kit. It's one of those knockoff things. And then I just added a mini screwdriver because not all model kits, but there's a certain era of Bandai kits from the late '90s, mid to late '90s, that have screws, and also some perfect grade kits. This kit doesn't have any screws in it. Some do. Uh, this kit does have, though. You can see it has swords. I'm very excited to eventually get to the point. The detail of keeping the plastic like this, I love so much that I'm actually going to put a handle on these swords. I think that's an incredible touch. Uh, but yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. because I am a New Yorker. You're right, yeah. But I work nights, so this would be me. Generally, this would be me cooling down. Uh, uh, Urbina, welcome. You got here towards the tail end. I'm almost done here. A few more minutes left in the stream. We got raided by Will, which is awesome. Uh, Occasionally, Mac has rated us before. When we did Twitch Sings, right, like my last song at Twitch Sings, we got raided by a group, but they were into anime, and so I was like, I don't normally do Twitch Sings. I normally build model kits, and they were like, wait, what? Yeah, it was like the perfect stream to for a random raider to come in because they were very happy to hear that I did model kit building. Um, But yeah, we're probably gonna wrap up tonight because, like I said, this is new, the whole lightness thing. Um, oh, you do Gundam too? That's awesome. I mean, Will, I don't know. I think I've said this. One of my inspirations for this stream was your tested videos with Norm, your Lego building. Um, it's why I decided to include Lego. It's that and the fake video that Austin did for Game of the Year, as if he had a Gunpla Club as a stream. I miss model kit building and remembered really enjoying that and was like, uh, remembered those things of like having a conversation and doing some building. Um, And yeah, I mean, I got to build model kit very briefly with Austin this year at their fundraiser for the Waypoint streaming. That was like it was really fun for me because I got to say, hey, if we reach this certain amount of money while I'm here, Austin and I will build little model kits. We built little tiny uh, um, SD Gundams, and it was really fun because I like not only did we raise money for a really good cause, but I got to gift Austin time to build a model kit, and it made me really happy to do that. Uh, I gotta do another stream with Dan because Dan was actually a natural. We did a Vegeta, and he was figuring it out really quickly. It wasn't a hard kit, but Dan I think could become a builder. He could get the bug. It was really fun to do that for Extra Life. That was nice too. The main problem is that the more time I spend building, the more tired I get. So I don't think I can do a marathon of building. Um, it was really fun. Yeah, I think we'll do that again. I think we'll definitely find some time to do that because he was picking it up pretty well. Um, and it was fun to do that. Yes, that that's nonsense that you would do really long days of that. It makes sense, but that's nonsense. Uh, Also, you know, uh, the ability to play off each other is helpful, and then Lego is hard, but Lego is easier to fix your mistakes in Lego than it is to fix your mistakes in this building thing. Like there was just a step here that I spent 15 minutes on tonight, right, of this kit before I was like, oh, it's not connected right. Uh, Papercraft. Yes, please do, Will. I have done one. We did one cardboard papercraft kind of thing. Uh, I really enjoyed that. Well, we built the wrestling belt um, for PAX Unplugged because it was the king of cardboard. So we made it out of. So I made a belt out of little thin foam cord and then some other stuff. Um, oh well, you're already starting with Kiki. Like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's lovely looking. I'm gonna add that to my wish list. That's lovely looking. Yeah. I'm just gonna put that on the Amazon wish list because that looks really cool. Yeah. I'm always interested in trying this stuff. We're gonna do a Transformers because the same line, the figure rise that do from Dragon Ball. There's a Transformers, and we're gonna try that out in the future. Uh, and I'm excited about that. But yeah, folks that came here with Will, I really appreciate it. Thank you for hopping in. Uh, that's always nice. Like I said, I'll be back this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time doing another building thing. We'll talk about anime. We always talk about new anime stuff because I watch a lot of anime. And we'll talk about some anime. We'll talk about building. We'll talk about stuff that people want to talk about in the chat. Um, and I think I'm going to wrap up because I am tired. I worked this evening and coming in to streaming, I am not. I'm not at the slur my words speech, but I am at the wait. What was I saying? Speech part of my speech patterns. Uh, Sentences are getting a little tough, and I hate to say goodbye to all of you. I know you all just came in for the raid, and I do appreciate the raid, but I am gonna um, bow out. Let's see if there's a stream y'all should go to. Let me see if there is a stream that I could recommend you checking out if you want to continue the raid. Uh, no, nobody I follow is streaming right now. Shout Factory TV is showing stuff. Um, yes, good night, everybody. Thank you all so much. I am going to upload this video and then go to my YouTube for my Patreon supporters. Decompress, get a little bit of food, and not too much because, and then thanks for everybody that's hanging out. Have a great night. Yeah, you can watch Shout Factory, watch some nonsense. They always have stuff streaming if you're in the U.S. or Canada. You can watch stuff on there, and that's cool. Um, Especially if you like the original Power Ranger stuff because they have a lot of that. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody, and have a great rest of your whatever. Bye.